All right, welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about Demona from Disney's Gargoyle by NECA. And yeah, I mean, I know I've done a couple of these so far. So I did Bronx and Hudson, now I'm doing Demona. And look, it's a NECA figure. And I think they did a really good job with her. I got her out of the box, I checked her out. I was like, wow, I was actually a lot more impressed than what I was just seeing the stills or the pictures and stuff like that. So she is the only female character in the series, plus she is also one of the villains, but yet she is Goliath's love interest, or they used to be in love at one point in time, and that was way back when. And now in the future, not so much. They still, you know, it's that back and forth type dynamic that they have in the cartoon. But enough of that. Let's take a look at this figure's accessories, and then we'll take a look at Demona herself. Starting off, she comes with 2 sets of fists. 2 sets, really? Not 2 sets. She comes with a set of fists. Next, she comes with a set of hands. One's kind of like a trigger and the other one's kind of a gripping hand. Next, we have her wings, and I do like the way that they did, you know, the little hands up here. And then of course you have your peg that plugs into the back along with your actual, you know, joint for the wings so you can move them around and everything. And once again, on her, they've done a beautiful, it's almost like a black with like a bluish tint going through it. And on the other side, it's a purplish black looking color. So very, very nice job. These wings are huge, and I will put them on her later in a review. Next, she comes with a dart gun. I don't know, I don't remember. I remember slightly, I don't know if I'm actually correct when I say this, but this dart here would fire out and it was almost like a taser kind of. So I think they've done a very nice job with this as far as getting it as realistic to the animation as possible. And as far as the paint sculpt, beautiful job. But you know, that's one thing that NECA doesn't skimp on, or you know, is beautiful paint sculpt or actual the detail that they do in the weaponry or the figure itself. Next, we have a bazooka or laser blaster. I think it's more of a bazooka type weapon because of the fact that it actually rests on the shoulder, and then she holds it here, looks through the sight right here, and then fires off. But very nicely done. I, once again, sticking to the actual weaponry that she used in the actual series. I think that they've done a bang up job. Beautiful paint sculpt. I love the way they did the little kind of black wash going across that dark type of blue, along with a little bit of a silver here to make it look like it's been used. A little scuffing. So well done, well done. Next, we have this book that Demona comes with. Now, not too sure if this is like a book of sorcery or whatever the case, but anyway, I like the way they did the snakes going around the scepter, and you know, little wings with whatever this is at the bottom, the way the 2 heads are looking at each other. The back is just plain. I like the way they actually have kind of, looks like claw holes in it from being held or damaged, but I love the way the leather looks on the actual book itself. Then you have the weathering of pages in here along with this strap. And the cool feature about this is that this, if I can get it to work, it untabs. You just want to be careful because this here doesn't like really swivel, so you want to be careful when you untab it. Maybe push the page down, don't do like what I just did, and then you can open it up. And the cool part of it is when you open it up, it actually has writing in there. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is crazy. Crazy. The way NECA has taken the time to actually put that kind of detail in this book, and especially on a page that, you know, where it doesn't open all the way to where you can actually kind of close this and have one side open. But yeah, that is cool the way they've done this. And I think it's a great addition to it, because I know this book was in the cartoon because of the fact that she used it once or twice. That much I do know. So really cool, very well done. Love the detail. Love the way that they did the little gold ends on the side of the book here on both sides. That's just what I'm talking about right there with the detail that NECA has put into these figures. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is a face I would not want to come across in any dark alley whatsoever. It's cool. They put little gold earrings on her, and she has her tiara that goes across the front. But look at those eyes. Demon eyes for sure, along with her screaming face, or she's just getting ready to tear into you type of face. The detail of the ears, everything. And this just plugs in. You take the other face off and you plug this in, and there you go. But what great detail that NECA has added. I mean, the paint alone with the red and the white of the eyes itself. I mean, just gorgeous looking. Absolutely beautiful. And I think I'm going to pose her with this head on, and that's how I'm going to leave her on the display. But yeah, so we'll get into that here in a little bit. All right, so now let's get into taking a look at Demona herself. Now, look, let's not go crazy. We all know that this is NECA Articulation, so it's not going to be the greatest. They are posable. They do move. If you are a fan of gargoyles, like I've said it before, and you're a fan of this line, it's NECA. And anybody who likes NECA products like I do, I think they do a beautiful job. Yeah, so we lose a little bit in the department of articulation, but what they have brought to the table with this line is something that is very nostalgic, and it's just like they've pulled it right off the screen and put it right in front of you. And I didn't do my review on Goliath because when he came out, he was such a big boy, and the wings and everybody had just already done, and probably a lot of people have already done videos on this, and I'm way behind. I don't care. I do what I like to do, and I'm not saying it to be whatever. I'm just saying that I'm going to review what I want to review, and that's what I collect. And Gargoyles was actually really well done by Disney and back in the day, and now we have these nostalgic figures that NECA has brought to the table, and I think they're doing a bang up job. Yes, the wings take up a lot of real estate, and I've said it before, but you know what, you don't have to pose them with the wings. You can see I have her posed here without them, and she looks just fine. And you can have her in any realm whatsoever, considering the fact that they're in New York 1,000 years after the fact that they got turned to stone. Here they are, and at night they come to life. So you could have them in Gotham City, you can have them with G.I. Joe, you can have them with He-Man if you wanted to, you could have them with anything, any line, and they will fit. And that's the cool part. So you don't need a whole lot of crazy articulation with these guys. You just need to pose them in poses that you want. So enough of my rambling. Let's take a look at Demona herself, which, the name Demon with an A at the end. Clever, very clever. Anyway, you can see her earrings dangling here. I thought that was a cool touch. They're not just molded plastic on the ear. I think that's pretty cool. So you just be careful, handling it when you take the face on and off. So here's her normal look of face. She still looks demonic. She doesn't look trustworthy, but she never really was in the cartoon, right? I like the way they did her hair. They actually came all the way down, and they made it a soft plastic so it can move. And yeah, I mean, the ears, the paint, they've done a beautiful job all the way down to the figure. I mean, the belt, the leather look, the gold buckles. I mean, they actually took the time to paint, and they do that. So, I mean, you get and you give. So that's why I can be a little forgiving when it comes to this line. And this here, that's cool too. This gold ring ankle bracelet that she has on there, it actually moves. Now, I just want to go over something real quick. With NECA, the joints. Not all of the figures have these joints that are stiff, and now let's get into talking about her articulation. But some of mine were gummy and stiff, so I had to warm her up to actually get her to move. Warm water. I don't use a hairdryer. I just use warm water real quick, just boom, and it actually works real well, really well. All right, so let's get into the articulation. So can she look up? No, her hair's kind of stopping her, even though it moves. So that's kind of a downer, because they made this soft plastic for her to be able to look up, but yet you hindered her articulation. So she can only look up that much. She can look down that far. She has crazy head tilt, and she can look side to side without an issue. Her arms, okay, like I said, as far as moving them out to side, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. She does not have a butterfly joint in here. She does have a bicep swivel, which is actually really nice. And they are stiff. Now the double joints here, you know, I kind of put my thumb here because that way I could get them to bend without having any issue or feeling like they're gonna break. And that's just the way I feel about it. I think this joint could move a little bit better, but like I said, that's as far as it's gonna go, and that's as far as I'm gonna push it. Moving down to the wrist, they swivel. Careful, her claws are a little sharp, and the hand does move side to side, so you can get, you know, some nice movement out of the hands. As far as waist articulation, she can turn at the waist, and then she has an upper ab crunch here, so it does move, which is very well done. And then here, I understand it's just the way they make the sculpt. She has the upper hip joint here where it moves, where it turns ever so slightly, and then down to her knees. So you have her double jointed knees, and just be careful of this because that's very pointy and sharp, but she can get her leg up that far. And then moving to her ankle articulation, she has the ankle rocker. Her foot can move back this far, and it can move forward this far, and then she has a toe hinge. Mine were really stiff, so I had to heat all these things up to get her to move. And for, you know, everybody, you know, I understand people don't like female characters. I don't know why. I think they're great to the line. They're supposed to be part of the line. And the tail. Let me not forget the tail before I get rambling again. It is a bendy tail, just like all the rest, and it plugs into the peg hole into the back here. And yeah, but I think she's really awesome. So let me get her situated, and I will get her other accessories on her, show them off, and we will end this review. And I will give you my final thoughts on it as well. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Demona. I just want to say a few things to close it out. I don't have any comparisons. I had comparisons out, I put them away with the others, but this one here, I have to say that with the head sculpt, the different face plate that you can put on her makes her, well, she stands up to her name. Demon, Demona, demonic, really crazy looking figure. She is awesome. If you're into this line, pick her up. If you're not, don't. And as always, this is just my opinion on what I think about this character, this figure that NECA has made. It is beautifully sculpted, wonderfully done. Yeah, I mean, besides the joints being a little stiff and a couple here's and there's, I mean, I can live with that. It's not a big deal because you just warm them up and they'll move, and then you can get her into the poses that you want to get her in. You can display her however you want. Like I said, I love the way they did the demonic face on this figure, with the hair, with everything, with the wings. I mean, it just brings out more of her characteristic, the evilness that she brings to the table, as far as being something that is very horrifying, demonic, and definitely intimidating. I would not want to run into her in a dark alley or anywhere, to be honest with you. But anyway, this is just my opinion once again. Guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. Like I said just a second ago, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. And always hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new that I'm putting up. And yeah, if this is for you, definitely pick it up. If it's not, well, don't. But I'm just saying, if you are a Gargoyles fan, if I could speak, then pick her up, because she's definitely worth the price of admission with what NECA has done with this figure. They're doing beautiful work with these figures and a lot of others. You know, like The Last Ronin and the Ninja Turtle stuff. I don't really collect the horror movie stuff like the Jasons, the Freddys. I do have Pinhead. They did a really good job with him. But yeah, they're doing really, really, really good work. And when you buy NECA, you know what to expect when it comes to articulation, but you get great sculpts. And I think that's what it's all about. Unless you are collecting a G.I. Joe line or a line to where you like Action Force, to where you, and I'm not saying anything bad about them, I'm just saying that you need to have that deep articulation. Well, you're not going to find it here, but can you get it this articulated and moving to where you want it? Absolutely. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody who has watched this channel, who has supported this channel, and ones that have left, those who have stayed since the beginning, and those who are just now coming into the channel and supporting it. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I couldn't be doing this. So with that being said, guys, I catch you on the flippity flip.